Hi everyone, I'm doing the intuitive patterns for the year of 2023. This is a yearly forecast that I do with 6 different decks of cards, and you will also find that I have the astrology for the year of 2023. There's also out there the numerology for 2023 and the Chinese astrology for 2023, the year of the rabbit. Okay, so you have lots of videos out there to play with, so I hope you enjoy them. Let's start with the intuitive patterns for the year of 2023. In the Osho Zen Tarot, the cards are fighting, success, past lives. The medicine cards are owl, dog, lizard, and eagle. The Mayan oracle are resolution of duality, universal movement, and Khan. The ancient Egyptian tarot is the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups, the Devil, and the Seven of Swords. In the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck, we have the Queen of Discs, the Princess of Cups, and Art. The Healing Earth Tarot, I have the Ten of Shields, the Ten of Crystals, and the Five of Shields. And then with the Words of Truth, I have Primal, Self-Rejection, and Healing. So what does all this mean? Well, it's interesting. The echoes of past lives sort of linger in the wind, and the ancient wisdom of other times and places attempt to warn us of what is coming. I hear that this year is going to be, for some, the best of times, and for others, it can be the worst of times. And I do not think that is necessarily a bad thing. I think that waking up is hard to do. There will be some that will stubbornly refuse to willingly walk through the doors of light into a world that is filled with unknown possibilities and patterns that this world has not yet seen. Therein lies the root of the conflicts in 2023. The old guard is dying, failing, and collapsing under its own arrogance and greed. It is refusing to let go and intends to take down those that resist them. But historically, the old will be torn down under the weight of its own deceit. That propels those with a new potential to step into the destruction of the void, and that others left behind, and that is going to shape a very new world. This is the beginning, the real beginning. The one I have waited for with bated breath since 1993. The powerful shifts in astrology cannot and will not be ignored. January starts forward motion, and by March, the tides cannot be held back. What will start as a trickle in March will become a tsunami by the end of the year. January 2024, there will be no going back. Those that read and listen to this will know that each of us is being called to radically alter our perception and patterns to be able to make that leap into this rising potential. Everyone's invited. No one will be refused, but the requirement for radical expansion and change will not be for the faint of heart. More and more messages from Spirit are activating a powerful instinct that is growing in awareness, and the love that is within each of us longs to share with those of like mind and heart. There will be some that will become the sacrifice for this impulse of change to become global, and their heroism needs to be honored and valued in a very new way, because all life has value and meaning. All life has a purpose and position in the gardens of this world. We are about to learn to not take anything for granted, and that will teach us a deeper sense of humanity, humility, and appreciation. The movement will be powerful and profound. The passionate, new, creative expression that can save us from ourselves will begin to come into position. Yes, we have decades of work ahead. Those that do not have the energy or are not up to the task have been painfully leaving this world in droves, and more will continue to do so. This shift is a leap in awareness that is bound to make some stop and become afraid, but the wave is coming, and the times of change are not going to wait for anyone to agree on how we are to go about it. The desperate requirements of this world will become the motivation for speedy innovation. Life is fighting for its right to exist in a world where man believed it could do a better job than nature. Nature will show us the fallacy upon which our arrogance is based. Be kind to this world, and you will find yourself in those places where it will be kind to you. Ignore the warnings, and life may become a terrible reminder of what we can lose if we are unwilling to do what is necessary. This year, the owl says to pay attention to the messages coming in from spirit. The dog says to be loyal to your family, friends, and clan, as we are all in this together. The love will be the glue that can carry us through these trying times. We are not alone, and we are not without support. The lizard says to listen to the messages hidden in your dreams. Much information that is going to be vital is going to go out on a wavelength that many will pick up on and become the voice for. As the eagle says, that while there is a lot of work ahead, we are now going to have to earn our place on this earth. Take nothing for granted. Appreciate all that is offered with gratitude and great respect. The horrific duality that has caused so much suffering is cracking under the weight of the oppression it demands to use fear to control the masses. The seeds of a new beginning are already planted, and in 2023 begin to break the surface and show us another way of being. While the conflicts are clearly not over and the games of the self-acclaimed kings and queens are not finished yet, there is a strong tilt that shows that the old way will no longer have the power or sway that it has had for centuries. It will be the artists and the creative souls currently on the planet that will be the way showers as they call the deepest parts of our souls and remind us that we are all one. The voice of the communities will become stronger and more determined in what they demand and why. With the 10 of Shields and the 10 of Crystals and the 5 of Shields, global warming is going to hit certain societies in devastating ways. This is probably necessary to break our hearts open and shift our laws in ways that find other paths to be supportive and understanding of the suffering happening because of the denial of large corporations for the last century. This is a reading that, to me, carries a lot of hope. That hope comes on the backs of too much suffering because of a few. That will no longer be tolerated, and we will finally learn that this problem is so large that none of us can do it alone. We will only be able to do it together. Once the desperation of the global situation becomes clear, the choices are limited. Everyone will have to drastically change how they have lived and make major adjustments. If we are all in this together, then together we will be able to fix it. Thanks, everyone.